Oh, there he is.
Right here.
I couldn't find you.
So before I get going, I want to do two things. One, I want to ask a favor from the bride and groom. Sarah, if you could take your left hand and set it on the table. And Vinny, if you could take your right hand and set it over Sarah's. And keep it there. I'll explain later. Second thing is I need to make an announcement. I realize that a lot of you might not get out much, and you're only here for the free meal. So I've been asked to tell you not to make a scene. Uncle Jeff? Where are you? I'm watching you. Okay. Okay, well, with that out of the way, I do want to start my speech. And I was looking around the room and I realized like 95% of you are either my family or have married into the family multiple times. So, to the 5% of family who, or 5% of the people who are here and are not my family, I am Dominic Esposito. Thank you. I am Dominic Esposito, cousin of the groom and best man for the day. Thank you, Uncle Jeff. So to you 5%, if you were to ask any of my family or friends in the room, they would tell you three things. One, that I'm incredibly handsome. Two, that I'm very kind. And three, that I hate conflict. Uncle Mike, please, let me finish. And I tell you this because as I was writing my speech a couple days ago, I didn't want to follow in the footsteps of the best men before me and eat into the groom because it is his day and your day. Well, it's your day. But, Vinny, I spent 6 hours thinking and writing about good qualities about you and why Sarah would say yes. And I'll tell you what, I could not think of one reason why Sarah would say yes to Vinny. I mean, Vinny, you are getting a gorgeous woman out of today. And I think you all would agree with me when I say, Sarah, you look absolutely stunning. And Sarah, I mean, you are getting you're getting a gorgeous dress out of today. No, I'm just kidding. Vinny, you do look good. But Vinny and I are cousins, and I said that earlier, but we do share genetics because we both descend from the Castor family. So when you do share genetics with me, it's kind of hard not to be good looking. But you might be surprised when I say that Vinny wasn't always a good looking kid. Now, I'm not saying that he was an ugly baby, but that would explain why Aunt Joanne, his mom, only had morning sickness after he was born. Also, Vinny, I don't know if you know this, but the hospital still refers to your birthday as Ugly Tuesdays. No, I still hung out with Vinny, though, growing up. He was the ugly kid on the block, but out of the kindness of my heart, I'd still hang out with him. That and the fact that Aunt Joanne would pay me $10 to do it. No, I'm just kidding, Vinny. In all seriousness, though, Vinny, you have been an amazing friend to me. All steps of life, you've always been there. He would wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. I couldn't drive myself. He's a couple years older than I am. And he would take me to the gym. He didn't have to. Literally hours out of his day just for me. And then at night, we would stay up talking about problems and Sarah sometimes. And how we were going to take on life. And Vinny, I can honestly say that you're one of the few people in my life that I can say is a true friend. And the best way I can describe a true friend is through the verse, a faithful friend is a sturdy shelter. He who finds one finds a treasure. A faithful friend is beyond price, and no sum can balance his worth. And Vinny, I cannot put a price on our relationship. And I am truly honored here to be your best man. And Sarah, last night, you asked me to tell you the story about the time we were in the Harps parking lot. And I told her no, I would tell it in front of all of you. So I'll tell you now. Just a little backstory. Vinny and I, we were trying to set Sarah up with Vinny. He was helping me, or I was helping him. And about a week after they started talking, Sarah sent him a text, and it was like midnight in the Harps parking lot. And he turned to me and said, Dom, I can't sleep. I'm so excited. I'm in love. And I looked at him. I was like, what? He goes, get your best man speech ready. I was like, in my head, I thought, this is crazy, stupid love, infatuated love. But now, Vinny, Sarah, I realize that this is biblical love, the love that Father Norbert talked about in his homily, the love that you find in Corinthians, the selfless love. And I wanted to tell you the story, Sarah, specifically because Vinny has loved you from the very beginning. and I know he'll love you forever. And it's the selfless love. So, some of you may be wondering why I asked Vinny and Sarah to put their hands on the table. If you would have been listening, I said, Vinny, if you could put your hand over Sarah's. And actually, this was a favor to Vinny, one of the last favors I could do to him. Vinny, I hope you've enjoyed these last few minutes, because these are the last few minutes you'll ever have the upper hand over Sarah. So, with that, please grab your glasses if you have some. I would like to propose a toast to Vinny and Sarah. Thank you. So, it is my greatest wish that you two, for the years to come, that you grow in love for each other, so that when you look back on this day, your wedding day, it is the day that you loved each other the least. I love you guys. To Vinny and Sarah.
All right.
Sweet. I don't know what I'm supposed to do after this.